5th, 2024, and it is election night in America. Tonight, America will decide if Kamala Harris will continue to live in Washington in the White House as the next president of the United States, or will Florida Governor Ron DeSantis take over and flip the White House for the Republicans. Tonight, Kamala Harris is running with her running mate, New York Governor Maya Wiley, and Ron DeSantis is running from the senator from the state of Missouri, Josh Hawley. It is now 7 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have 60 electoral votes up for states in the states of Vermont, South Carolina, Indiana, Virginia, Kentucky, and Georgia. Out of the state of Vermont, we can now project Kamala Harris is the projected winner. Out of the state of South Carolina, we can now project Ron DeSantis will win the state of South Carolina. Out of the state of Kentucky and its 8 electoral votes, we can now project Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. Out of the state of Indiana with 11 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis we can now project is the projected winner. Now, out of the state of Georgia, it's currently too close to call. 16 electoral votes at stake with 15% of their vote in. Currently, DeSantis is ahead with a difference of 4.5%. DeSantis ahead in the race for Georgia. And out of the state of Virginia, it is also too close to call at the hour. 23% of the vote in. Ron DeSantis is ahead by a hefty margin, currently too close to call. In our race to 270 at 7:03 p.m. Eastern Time, Ron DeSantis leads Kamala Harris 28 electoral votes to 3 electoral votes, with 29 electoral votes too close to call. It is now 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have poll closings in 3 states totaling 37 electoral votes: Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina. Out of the state of West Virginia, NBC News can project Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. 4 electoral votes we can now project in the DeSantis column. Out of the state of Ohio, it's currently too close to call. We have a key race alert. 45% of the vote in, with Ron DeSantis ahead. 5.72% ahead Ron DeSantis at this time in the state of Ohio, with 17 electoral votes at stake. And out of the state of North Carolina, it's also too close to call at this time. 16 electoral votes. We can project Ron DeSantis right now is ahead of Kamala Harris. However, this race is still too close to call. Out of the state of Georgia, an update on that race: 49% of the vote in. DeSantis is still ahead, 51.5% to Harris's 48%, with a difference of 3.5%. And an update on the state of Virginia and its 13 electoral votes: 45% of the vote in. Currently, DeSantis is ahead, but it's still too close to call. In our map for the race of 270, it shows DeSantis as the leader in the very contentious 2024 race for the White House at 7:32 p.m. Ron DeSantis has 32 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 3, with 62 electoral votes too close to call. It is now 8 p.m. on the East Coast, so you have the largest batch of poll closings in the nation, totaling to 171 electoral votes in Maine, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Missouri, Delaware, Illinois, Rhode Island, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Connecticut, Maryland, and the District of Columbia. Out of Maine's 1st district and out of Maine's at-large district, we can now project Kamala Harris is the projected winner. Out of the state of New Jersey, 14 electoral votes we can project going to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Massachusetts, we can now project 11 electoral votes will go to the vice president. Out of the state of Delaware, we can now project 3 electoral votes will be going to Kamala Harris. This is her boss's home state, Joe Biden's home state. Out of the state of Illinois, 19 electoral votes at this time we can project will be going to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes we can now project will go to Kamala Harris. Another 7 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Connecticut, we can project she's a winner there too. Out of the state of Maryland, we can now project Kamala Harris is the projected winner. 10 electoral votes now in her column. Out of the District of Columbia, 1 electoral vote, we see a mistake on screen. Kamala Harris is the projected winner out of the District of Columbia. Out of the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes, very big victory for Ron DeSantis. Out of the state of Oklahoma, another traditionally Republican state, 7 electoral votes for Ron DeSantis. Out of the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes we can now project will be going to Ron DeSantis. Another 11 electoral votes from the state of Tennessee, we can now project Ron DeSantis, the projected winner. Out of the state of Alabama, 9 electoral votes we can now project going to Ron DeSantis. Now going on to our key race alerts out of the state of Pennsylvania, currently too close to call. Ron DeSantis ahead by 5 percentage points, 37% of the vote in, 19 electoral votes at stake. Out of the state of New Hampshire, currently too close to call. Ron DeSantis is ahead by 2.3 points, 60% of the vote already in. They've done a very good job counting votes in New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes at stake. Out of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis' home state, 30 electoral votes at stake. Ron DeSantis currently leads Kamala Harris in his home state by 4% with 57% of the vote in. Out of Maine's 2nd congressional district, 1 electoral vote at stake. Another mistake on screen, we apologize. 34% in. Kamala Harris currently ahead by 5%. Out of the state of Ohio with 80% of vote in, 17 electoral votes at stake, DeSantis is still ahead by a very hefty margin. Out of the state of North Carolina, key race alert from there, DeSantis still ahead, too close to call at this time. His lead has diminished a little bit with 64% of the vote in. Out of the state of Georgia with 16 electoral votes at stake, DeSantis still holds the lead by 2.25%, 64% of the vote in. Looks like it's going to be a very close race in Georgia. And out of the state of Virginia, while this is getting close, Ron DeSantis is still ahead, 78% of the vote in, only a difference of 3.6 between Kamala Harris and Ron DeSantis. On our map for the race to 270 at 8:06 p.m. Eastern Time, Kamala Harris now takes the lead in the race to succeed Joe Biden. 77 electoral votes for Kamala Harris, 75 for Ron DeSantis, and 116 too close to call. It is now 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have poll closings in one state of the state of Arkansas, totaling to a total of 6 electoral votes. Out of the state of Arkansas, we can now project Ron DeSantis as the projected winner. And we have some calls from our key race alerts. Out of the state of Ohio, Ron DeSantis appears to be the winner. We can now project Ron DeSantis the winner in Ohio. Out of Maine's 2nd congressional district, 1 electoral vote we can now project will be going to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Virginia, we have a key race alert. 88% of the vote in. Only 2% separates both of these candidates. Ron DeSantis continues to lead in Virginia. This is a very shocking race. Out of the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes at stake. 84% of the vote in. 3.9% difference separates Kamala Harris and Ron DeSantis. DeSantis still ahead of the race. In North Carolina, 83% of the vote in. Ron DeSantis is still ahead of Kamala Harris. 2.35% separating both candidates, with 16 electoral votes at stake. Out of the state of New Hampshire, Kamala Harris leads in this state. She leads Ron DeSantis by 5.07 points, with 80% of the vote in. We've gotten very fast voting totals this election. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes, 62% of the vote in. DeSantis continues to be ahead in the state of Pennsylvania, a very crucial state in the race for the White House in 2024. Looking at our map of the race to 270 at 8:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, currently, Ron DeSantis retakes the lead. Insane race for the White House. 98 electoral votes for Ron DeSantis, 78 for Kamala Harris, with 98 electoral votes currently too close to call. It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and we currently have poll closings in 14 states, totaling to a total of 157 electoral votes. These states being New York, North Dakota, Wyoming, Michigan, Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, New Mexico, Texas, and Louisiana. Out of the state of New York, 28 electoral votes we can now project will be going to Kamala Harris. This is the home state of her Governor Maya Wiley, who is Kamala Harris's running mate. Out of the state of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes we can now project will be going to Kamala Harris. In New Hampshire, this is a mistake. We apologize. 4 electoral votes we can project going to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Nebraska, 5 electoral votes we can now project all districts will be going to Ron DeSantis. Out of the state of North Dakota, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner with 3 electoral votes. And out of South Dakota, similarly, 3 electoral votes we can now project going to Ron DeSantis. Out of the state of Wyoming, 3 electoral votes we can project going to Ron DeSantis. Out of the state of Kansas, 6 electoral votes we can project going to Ron DeSantis. Out of the great state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes in this southern state we can now project going to Ron DeSantis. And big race and flip out of the state of Georgia. Ron DeSantis appears to have flipped the state of Georgia. He is the projected winner in this race. Similarly, in North Carolina, he holds the Republicans' victory from 2020. Ron DeSantis, the projected winner out of the state of North Carolina. And big call out of his home state of Florida. 30 electoral votes we can now project will be going to Ron DeSantis. Now going on to our key race alerts. With 23% of the vote in out of the state of Minnesota, 10 electoral votes at stake, Ron DeSantis is ahead by nearly 10 points. And out of the state of Michigan, with 39% of the vote and 15 electoral votes at stake, Ron DeSantis is ahead by around 3%. In Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes at stake with a key race alert, 34% of the vote in. Kamala Harris is ahead in this race, 1.75% of the vote. She is ahead of Ron DeSantis. Out of the state of Arizona, currently too close to call, Kamala Harris is ahead in the state of Arizona, 3.05% difference, currently too close to call at this time. Colorado, 10 electoral votes at stake, currently too close to call, with a difference of half a percentage point, with Kamala Harris ahead in the state of Colorado. And the big state of Texas is a crucial race for the White House. Ron DeSantis is ahead with 38% of the voted, 2.3 percentage points, separating Kamala Harris and Ron DeSantis. Going on to the state of Virginia, very close race with 98% of the vote in, 0.05 percentage points separate Kamala Harris and Ron DeSantis. Currently, Ron DeSantis in the lead. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes. Currently too close to call, 84% of the vote in. Ron DeSantis had narrowly with a difference of 1.5 points. In the race to 270 at 9:07 p.m. Eastern Time, Kamala Harris currently behind Ron DeSantis as DeSantis expands the lead towards 270, 188 for Ron DeSantis, 115 for Kamala Harris, and 128 for the too close to call column. And at this point, I would like to make a very big historic fact. If Kamala Harris is able to win a lot of these more seats, this would be the first ticket in history to have 2 women on the ticket and 2 black women on the ticket. This would be huge and a historic milestone for America, as Maya Wiley, the governor of the state of New York, is also an African-American woman. Now it is 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and polls have closed in 4 states, totaling to 22 electoral votes. Out of the state of Montana, we can now project Ron DeSantis is the projector winner, winning states 4 electoral votes. And out of the state of Utah, 6 electoral votes, we can project Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. Out of the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes, we can project Ron DeSantis, the projected winner. In Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes, very big call, flip from the 2020 election, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. In Arizona, 11 electoral votes, we can now project Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. In Texas, a total of 40 electoral votes, very big call for Ron DeSantis at this time. We can now project Ron DeSantis the projected winner. In the state of Virginia, take a look at this. Ron DeSantis has flipped the state of Virginia. This is a very shocking result, and a lot of people were not expecting this result. These polls were closed, but it looks like Ron DeSantis is having a pretty good night. Kamala Harris really flunked the campaigning gear. She really neglected the state. And Ron DeSantis really went and campaigned to the state of Virginia and flipped a lot of votes and has been able to flip the state of Virginia for the Republicans in the first time since 2004. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, another flip, 19 electoral votes. Ron DeSantis looks like he might be on his way to getting the keys of the White House. Going on to the state of Minnesota, 10 electoral votes. We can now project Kamala Harris as a big fall call for her in the state. In Michigan, another big call for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris doing very well in the Midwest tonight. Let's see how that pans out to other states. Out of the state of Colorado, 10 electoral votes. We can now project one to Kamala Harris. Looks very good for her. Going on to our key race alert in the state of Nevada with 6 electoral votes at stake. Currently, Kamala Harris is ahead by 4.5%, 32% of the voting. And we have a major projection. Ron DeSantis, governor of the state of Florida, has just been elected the 47th president of the United States. Very big thing for the Republican Party, very big thing for Ron DeSantis. And also Josh Hawley, senator from the state of Missouri, has been elected the next vice president of the United States. Taking a look at the race to 270, we can now see that Ron DeSantis has reached the 270 electoral votes needed to win this election at 10:10 p.m. on the Eastern Time. Currently, we have the votes at 297 for Ron DeSantis, 150 for Kamala Harris, and 6 electoral votes in the too close to call column. It is now 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we currently have poll closings in 5 states, totaling to 83 electoral votes: California, Washington, Oregon, Hawaii, and Idaho. Out of the state of California, 54 electoral votes we can now project will be going to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Oregon, we can now project Kamala Harris is the projected winner. Out of the state of Washington, 12 electoral votes we can now project will go to Kamala Harris. Out of the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes we can now project going to Kamala Harris. All these victories might be good for Kamala Harris in increasing her electoral totals. However, at the end of the day, they won't do much for her race, as she already has lost this presidential race. Out of the state of Nevada, this is actually a big victory for Kamala Harris. 6 electoral votes we can now project will go to Kamala Harris. Going on to the state of Idaho, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner out of the state of Idaho. And for the race to 270 at 11:06 p.m. Eastern Time, Ron DeSantis with 301 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 234. 0 electoral votes currently too close to call. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis elected 47th President of the United States. Only race outstanding at this time is the state of Alaska. It is now 1 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have poll closing out of the state of Alaska with 3 electoral votes at stake, and we can now project 3 electoral votes in the state of Alaska will be going to Ron DeSantis. Our final electoral map at 1 a.m. shows Ron DeSantis at 304 to Kamala Harris 234. Ron DeSantis wins the White House. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a huge thumbs up. I will be making a lot more great content coming soon, and I will be doing a 2022 midterm election night, so stay tuned for that. So tell me, guys, what you think down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.